Yesterday we defined physics. Some more interesting points are there related to physics because these things we cannot do after we start the exact syllabus. I don't feel that this is not in the syllabus. This is the first chapter in NCERT, Physical World. I'm following the NCERT textbook. But all we are doing from the first day are the part and parcel of the first lesson, Physical World. So it's not something nonsense we are doing all these days. I'm trying to elaborate every point that is given in brief in NCERT textbook in the first chapter of 11th class part 1 textbook NCERT syllabus. The chapter name is Physical World. So uh, we define physics as the study of matter, its different states, energy, its different forms, transformation of mass and energy, energy and energy. This is a brief and concise definition which takes care of all the phenomena in physics. Now, physics also is defined in a few other terms, and the influence of physics in technology. Without physics, you cannot think of technology. So those aspects we'll do today and proceed further. I'll try to give some exercise tomorrow based on this particular lesson. So for today, let us try to conclude this topic, physical world topic. So I'll be switching over to the whiteboard. All of you are able to see the whiteboard? I think you are able to see the whiteboard, right? Yeah, somebody should respond me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good, good. So first of all, there's a very detailed and lengthy definition. So I'll be giving you in PPTs tomorrow, but today try to hear it. So this is, we are doing physics, serial number 5, I think. Second point in this. First point we defined, we have seen all the branches and we defined physics. Now this is the third point. So we are trying to elaborate the definition of physics, what we have learned yesterday. So it is the sequence, I told you already, sequential method is needed to learn science, not only physics, all the physics. So it is the sequence of related ideas with compassion to know the facts. Of the phenomena. It is needless to mention that physical phenomena. And if you are ignorant of physics, means you are not having aptitude to learn physics. Ignorant means you don't want. You know its importance, but you don't want to learn it. So if you are ignorant of physics, then you will be losing your own time. This has got a lot of meaning. I don't want to elaborate it. I simply say maths and physics need logic. Person without logic will be a great failure. Yeah, that is damn sure. Maths and physics needs logic. You need logic of your mind. If you are not having aptitude to learn physics and maths means you are missing the logic of life. See the importance and the domination of physics. So this is plus it also makes you to be the vigilant, and you will be neglecting all the hindrances. No speed breakers. If you are having that aptitude to learn physics and maths, you don't find any obstacles. You'll be marching ahead in your activities. So, plus one more aspect is the fate of the society. What do you mean by this? Whether to sustain it and improve the quality of it. Or to destroy it. Yeah, both phases are there. Whether to sustain the society and improve the quality of living or destroy it will be completely dominated by the effects what you are going to study in physics. See, in 1945, Enrico Fermi, I am giving you an example to make you understand this. Enrico Fermi designed the first ever nuclear reactor in 1945, early 1945, January, February. And by August, so they could explode the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki of Japan. So people suffered like anything. More than 50 years, Japanese suffered. Even those areas are declared to be unsafe for human life, even now. So it left a lot of, it caused a lot of destruction to the Japanese society. The exploded atom bombs in 1945. I remember 9th August, if I am correct. It should be a 9th August. And 1 week later, first on Hiroshima, 1 week later on Nagasaki. That's what I mean by the fate of society will be depending on the two phases of physics. One is sustains and improve the quality of society. This is a positive effect of physics. Second one is destroy the very existence of society. Both are there. Then this is how different people presented what is physics, because not only talking about the yes, what do you call a glamorous face of it, but behind the glamorous face it has got some evil face also. Hence, if you are given a knife by your parent asking you to cut that bananas or banana leaves, or cut the stem of a gulabi plant, rose plant, and implant it somewhere. So these are all the positive works. Whereas if you start cutting everything what is in front of you, it may cut the fingers of the persons in front of you, nose of the people in front of you. This is called destruction. So every weapon, every scientific principle or concept has got both good as well as bad. See the extensive research happening in the field of microbiology. It is causing good. We are able to get a human genome chain using which they are able to identify the pros and cons of the human genome chain of newly born baby, and the lot of research is going on to make these newly born babies free from any future diseases. The same extensive research in microbiology and the field of this human genome, etc., is responsible for the present devastating or destructing disease, COVID. It is a man-made weapon, bacterial weapon or virus weapon, you can say. Man-made virus weapon exploded from Wuhan laboratories in China. Thus, science has got both good as well as bad. Atom bomb, the nuclear energy, yes, we are getting wonderful, excellent power, uninterrupted power we are able to produce from the nuclear reactors located at various places like Tarapur, Bombay, Kalpakam, Chennai, then in Kaiga, Karnataka, like that Rajasthan, Kaiga, like various Kota, sorry, Rajasthan Kota, like that we have Narora, UP. We have got selected places, reactors are, nuclear reactors are located various places. They are able to give us around 15% of our electrical energy needs of the entire country. Not only that, radioisotopes are produced. Using these radioisotopes, they could cure, yes, thyroid gland diseases, cancer, and many problems. Many medical ailments can be cured using these radioisotopes. This is the good, positive phase of physics. The negative phase, already I told you, the same nuclear energy destroyed the Hiroshima and Nagasaki completely, and they are totally deserted. Even people now are feeling effect of it. So, thus, similarly, the Kurukshetra, they called it as Brahmastra. So, the effects of Brahmastra are even, that is, the effects of that nuclear explosion, which might have occurred 5,000 years before, as on date now, totally deserted that particular area. I got a chance to go to that place, Kurukshetra, where hundreds of acres of land was totally dry. Not even a small piece of grass was growing there. So geological researchers confirmed that some nuclear destruction might have happened 5,000 years before. Now that is exactly tallying with the age of Mahabharata. So like this, every physics principle and the deductions from the principles of physics will have both good as well as bad. So we have to use our intellectual capacities and intellectual skills to use the not only physics, use all the products of science for the good of the mankind. Then let us see the influence of physics in the field of technology. So physics and technology. Normally, this chapter will be skipped by many lecturers in the class. They directly start with the measurement chapter. But because we got a chance to have the bridge course, I planned my program like this. First week, we'll do this physical world. You must know the greatness of the physics, the subject, what you are going to learn, and enter into the technological expertise. So, hence, I thought of presenting you this. Coming week, we'll be do some mathematical basics needed to understand the various concepts and principles in physics. So physics in relation to technology. So this physics, we have two branches. One is pure physics. The physics what you are going to learn in your 11th, 12th classes, or the physics what you have learned so far will come under pure physics, whereas other one is applied physics. The applied physics will be taking the shape of, taking the glamorous face of the physics that is called technology. So applied physics will yield technology. So what are technological inventions we had now are the products of applied physics. Applied physics will evolve from pure physics. If you happen to do post graduations in IITs, you have all these MSc pure physics with electronic specialization, MSc pure physics with space physics specialization. I did my MPhil in space physics. And applied physics, MSc applied physics is there, even an MSc applied mathematics is there in all leading universities and IITs. So those who have any aptitude to go for research, they can go for these courses. Need not always, just like monotonous, you need not opt only BTech. You can even go for integrated MScs so that you have a wonderful scope of research in the prestigious IITs. So let us see the various technological yields, products of physics. Already I referred all these examples. First and foremost one, we have aeroplanes, rockets, please note down, satellites, I mean, man-made satellites, artificial satellites. So they're all the products of technology, which are the byproducts of physics. Next, the electrical power related devices. Nowadays, most of the routes, railway routes in India are powered by electricity because they slowly wanted to minimize the use of these conventional and non-renewable sources of energy, petrol, diesel, etc. They slowly wanted to dilute. Even Tata, Maruti and all, they launched the electric powered cars. So what not? Even got a kitchen. Earlier, the housewife was struggling hard to make food with using these conventional stoves, using the dried wood, etc. Then manual grinder and so on. Now, cleaning the clothes, all domestic works were manually done by the housewives or servant maids. Now, the gadgets are dominating the kitchen. Just by operating the touch buttons, the housewife is able to manage everything. Now we have got even ovens, automatic ovens, which are taking care of not only cooking the food but maintaining its nutritious values plus required temperature till we attempt to eat the food. Like that, what not? Electric fans, electric geysers, then air conditioners, every gadget which we are using in our house and in the society are all electric power related devices, and electricity is the product of physics. Then we cannot imagine our life. Radio, of course, is old one. TV is also outdated. Now mobile phones. So they were because of the discovery of electromagnetic waves by Maxwell. So all these communication devices, not only radio, TV, mobiles, we have many communication devices with the different bandwidths. Army, Navy, and Air Force people, their bandwidth is totally restricted. Nobody can intercept into their bandwidth. So all the communications between various troops, ground to space stations, etc., will be taking off confidentially. So we have even gone up to that extent where we can choose our bandwidth and nobody can intercept those bandwidths. Then, as I said, nuclear reactors. You can produce electrical energy, you can get radioisotopes, even it causes destruction. And computers. Yeah, you cannot imagine our life without computers. Now our virtual classroom is going on with the help of computers only. So I'll try to present you these slides tomorrow with a overall review. So please note down, be active in the class. Don't feel that you are away from the teacher. No, the teacher is very close to you. You're able to hear him. You're able to see him. You're able to see what the teacher is writing. So it's not different from the physical classroom, almost identical. So I'll proceed to some more aspects. Then let us see how this physics is helping us to take up various research activities. We have Permanent International Space Station, which is orbiting at an altitude of 700 kilometers around our Earth. So that is helping us to get a lot of astronomical data. We have got Mars, Mars project. Now a rover is moving on the surface of Mars, and because I am the member of NASA, I'll be getting all the latest updates, photographs, information, everything taken by this rover of NASA moving on the Mars surface. Next, All this is possible with the help of, yes, optical spectroscopic and radio techniques. You may say, who is using radios are now? But radios are being used in satellite communication networks. Next, geology. They are using gravimetric, acoustic. Acoustic means sound waves. Nuclear and mechanical methods. Other day I read one article. Yes, below the Earth's crust will extend up to from 0 kilometers to 38 kilometers. Below the Earth's crust, there is abundant water surface, water source, not in water form. So its volume is 3 times more than the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, again, after 10 minutes, the meeting is going to conclude. Again, we'll resume within 2-3 minutes. So don't run away. So next, we have other branches. There are the applied fields where we are using the physics devices and principles. Oceanography. We have MSc Oceanography, MSc Meteorology in Andhra University. Oceanography, yeah, meteorology means something related to the weather. Meteorological department is playing very crucial role in informing us about the forthcoming monsoons and forthcoming rains, etc. Then seismology. It gives us a information of earthquakes and medical sciences. So this oceanography will make use of the principle of sonar. Sonar means sound navigation and ranging. They produce ultrasonic waves whose frequency is more than 20 kilohertz. They send it into the oceans. They can go even below the ocean beds. So using this sonar technology, they finally concluded that abundant reserves of water are present in compressed form somewhere at a depth of below the Earth's crust, and its volume is 2 to 3 folds more than the Pacific Ocean. Even the meteorology will be also using these radio tracking techniques. Seismology also will make use of these ultrasonic waves. So these waves are continuously sent into the Earth's crust, and the reflected waves intensity is measured using the technique. They'll be using this. They'll be able to predict the occurrence of yes, earthquakes. You know, in 19 maybe 2000 to 2005, I don't remember the exact value. The earthquake occurred somewhere around 2,500 kilometers away from east of Madras. So immediately the seismographs in India recorded it. They understood that the intensity of that earthquake occurred below the ocean bed, not on the Earth's surface. Below the ocean bed, it was around more than 7 Richter scale. Above the 7 Richter scale, they thought it is very dangerous. So whatever disturbance that is caused inside the ocean beds, yes, created huge very big tsunami, and they estimated that the tsunami will be striking the Indian coast in so and so time. They cautioned the Tamil Nadu government. They have taken massive evacuation camps. So they replaced all the people. They shifted all the people staying in the Tamil Nadu coast, east coast, and they saved many lives. But all the buildings, everything got destructed except one temple in that place called Tiruchendur. Tiruchendur Subramanya Swami temple is there. It had become world popular after that event. Daily, if you happen to go to that place, the ocean, the Bay of Bengal water waves will be striking the compound wall of the Tiruchendur temple. During that tsunami time, small temples, Hindu temples, just very close to the east coast, many churches, masjids, all got submerged and washed out by these tsunami waves, except this temple. So the at that time, during the time of tsunami, the Bay of Bengal went 1 kilometer away from the wall. Yeah, we have got all the recorded evidences. So that's really a great miracle. Very powerful temple in Tamil Nadu, Tiruchendur. If you happen to get a chance, try to visit it. All those who believe the faith. I'm not insisting everyone. So this is about the thing. Then medical, starting from the simple thermometer used by the doctors or by a mother in-house to know the temperature whenever you feel a little discomfort, big body pains, eye burning, and all other things. Whenever you claim this to your mother, the mother will immediately first test the temperature with the thermometer. Thermometer will make use of thermal expansion of substances on heating. Physics, application of physics. Then if you go to doctor will first check you with the stethoscope. Stethoscope uses the multiple reflections of sound waves. Applications of physics. Next, ECG for elder people. If any chest pain or something is reported by the person, then the doctor will immediately advise them for ECG, which is the application of physics. What not? Every medical gadget used in the modern field, including the normal syringe, is the application of physics. Of course, the drugs are the products of technological development of chemistry, pharmaceutical industry. It's like that. Physics has got abundant influence even on the medicine. So this is about the influence of physics on various aspects and parameters. Then, whenever you learn physics, then we refer about some laws, some forces. So let us throw light on that today and conclude our class. Yeah, it's going to end in 3 minutes. We'll conclude this topic today. So don't run away. Many of you are not returning back. You got the number less than 10. It may definitely grow up. So be patient. Try to listen every point. Some you may not be knowing. Some you may be knowing. But knowing second time will improve your memory. Yes. We have the forces in nature. So we are going to learn in detail. Just I'm making a reference of what all contents are there in that first lesson. Okay. First one is, in this forces we have two types: conservative, non-conservative. So they are gravitational force, electromagnetic force. Earlier, people were talking about electric force separately, magnetic force separately, but now they are termed as electromagnetic forces. Then we also have nuclear forces. Don't attempt to learn all these things now. Nuclear forces will be acting between nucleons present inside the nucleus within a radius of 2 Fermi. Fermi will be in the order of 10 to the power of 2. Fermi means 2 into 10 to the power of minus 15 meters. So these are all the forces we have. And of course, nowadays we have got unification of forces. They're all the latest theories. So let us not think much about it. And then grand unified interactions. It's beyond the scope of your syllabus. This grand unified interactions means they are going to unite all the strong forces into one part and weak forces into another part, rather than talking about them separately. Like terrestrial gravitational force, astronomical gravitational force, uh, normal gravitation interaction, electric interaction, magnetic interaction, electromagnetic interaction, strong and weak nuclear forces, and so on. So this is all about the different forces and the corresponding laws. Then we have another one is conservation laws. Conservation laws mainly focus on mass conservation, energy conservation. Now they are in the recent times they are calling, they are unifying mass energy conservation. So as the time passes, many new theories will be coming in. So conservation law means, the general definition of conservation law is physical quantity remains unchanged during all possible phenomena. Energy is neither created nor